Hello, my friends. Happy Friday. Earl, I'm so excited to see you. It's been so long.
Not all of the nobles made it out alive. Kupka and his men had their fun with
Okay,
more
we go
than a
back
few.
to talking to Otto
None of the
again.
Empress's fate.
Otto, is now a good time?
It's not a bad one. How's Jill doing?
Oh, she's been better. Ty is making sure she gets the rest she needs.
Good.
Any word on Kupka's movements?
Vivian's doing what she can to try and track him, but she's feeding on scraps. We've sent ours out to the curse breakers and their other friends in the west, asking them to keep their eyes peeled for anything unusual. No leads yet, but it's only a matter of time.
Right. Let me know when you find something.
There he is. All right,
Who's
Clive.
this? Fiery
Still
youth.
busy saving the world.
Mid.
I usually stream while you're
When did you
asleep.
get back?
From 12 to 3 in the
Just now.
afternoon.
What about your studies?
Adjourned. Since Hugo Kupka invaded Rosaria. All the canvassing uproar about it. He's gone mad. He's turned rogue. It'll be us next.
Rogue.
You try concentrating with all of that.
All right, you win.
How long will you be staying this time?
Dunno. A while, most likely. Any road, while I'm here, I was hoping you could do us a favour.
Mid. You can't just expect me to...
Please, oblige
Oh, I
her.
didn't realize you were on Pacific time.
While we are busy tracking down Kupka, you should have a little time to spare.
Professor! Now there's a face I haven't seen in a while. Shouldn't you have it buried in a dusty old tome?
I did.
Another thing I
till a
noticed about the
familiar
Hopeless
trill
Romantic is
pricked
that
my
she changes her
ears.
outfit to try to match her new
As
love
ever, your
interest.
exuberance is a breath of fresh air.
What a wild thing to plant in a
which
game.
successfully scattered the painstakingly assembled fragments of my thoughts.
I'll take that as a compliment. Well, Clive, you heard the professor. So, I'll meet you in the storeroom when you're done.
Wait, hold on. Breath of fresh air. Bloody tempest, more like.
Mididol. No. Mididol Telemon. Student of engineering at the University of Canberra, she is as well versed in the secrets of modern and fallen technology as any scholar in the Twins, and means to put that knowledge to use in service of the Hideaway. So now we have a Sid and Mid again. Technically, I'm in Arizona time. Oh, yeah. Which doesn't do DST, so they spend half the year on Pacific time and half the year on Mountain time, which is freaking nuts. The Free Cities of Canberra. A federation of neighboring independent city-states located to the, southeast of the Dalmekian Republic. While originally part of Dalmekia, the cities achieved their independence in the year 857, hoping to step away from the Republic's internal struggles and focus instead on the commerce upon which their prosperity had been built. Political power currently resides with a council of guild masters, prominent Canverian traders and craftspeople. The lack of a dominant or a mother crystal to cover, along with its considerable financial resources, allows Canver to retain both its independence and neutrality in the face of considerable turmoil elsewhere. As such, it lacks a standing army. The defense of its walls have been relegated to a small yet well-trained city guard. Cool. I like the Free Cities of Canver.
Oi, Otto, you got my gill.
Huh? What are you on about?
My fee for bringing Mid across. She said you were paying.
Of course she did.
Little...
The storeroom, was it? I wonder what Mid's plotting.
When I get my hands on her.
Blackthorn may be the manliest of men, but he does lack a certain
Oh, she's moved on from
tenderness.
Blackthorn.
Goots, meanwhile, is as burly as a behemoth, but as innocent as a babe in arms.
Goodness.
Shouldn't you be getting some rest soon?
You took your time.
I came here
I'm a
right
busy
after
man,
you.
mate.
I'll get to the point then. I want to turn the room down there into a workshop like the one I had at Dad's place.
Mate, you've only just come back.
And I've been thinking about it for a while. Dad said I had a knack for engineering. Told me everything he knew about it. Then sent me off to Canva to learn everything he didn't. That was his dream for me. That one day I'd put my studies to use for the good of the cause. But I'm helping no one stuck at school. I've studied enough. It's time I put my knack to work. I
Love
know
her.
that I can help the people here, and I want to do it.
Well, well, well. If Sid could see you now. All right. I'll tell Otto you'll be staying.
I knew you'd say yes. Which is why I wrote up a list of jobs for you.
For me?
Who else?
What do you want me to do?
First things first, I need equipment and materials to start making my own. There's the designs for the stuff I need and the stuff it needs smithing from. The other materials I can work myself. Just need
Why
a
is
generous benefactor to
literally
lay 'em
no
on
one
for
else
me.
is capable of doing
Apart
this?
from the wood. I'll need a carpenter for that, but I can just borrow yours.
Is that
Naming a
everything?
character Mid is cruel. So there was a Sid and
I'll let
Mid
you know
in
if anyone
another
else.
Final Fantasy game. Her full name is, what is it? Midora? Mididol. Is that better? I think that's worse. Way too close to my doll. Naming a character. Yeah,
Where's the
you keep
start?
saying that. I don't know what your
Materials and
problem with
tools.
Clive is.
That means Karen and Blackthorn.
Sid's gonna chop off Kupka's head this time. You were
I
born
was
in
about
this,
to chop
weren't
off Kupka's head last time.
How's it coming along?
Name your near kid Earl is an odd one. So Earl, what are you doing up so early?
Blackthorn, you busy?
Always.
What does it look like?
I have a commission for you. From Mid. She requires certain tools. Do you think you can make them?
Bloody hell. What's she planning to build with this stuff? An airship?
Probably.
I'll see what I can do. Till I'll bring them over when I'm done.
You're
My
up
thanks.
late. Oh no.
And Mid's, no doubt.
I'm sorry, that sucks.
Was wondering where you got to. Mid's back from Canva. Have you seen her?
Just now. She's planning to set up a workshop in the stores and ask me to buy her some materials. Here's the list. Think you can find everything on there?
This lot. Wouldn't be much of a trader if I couldn't.
Excellent. As for payment,
It's paid 100 times over by what that girl's done for us. If it weren't for her filters, we'd have naught to drink but blight water, and that would have drained the life out of us long ago.
indeed it would.
I'll send the stuff on to
Made
Mid
in
when it
shit.
comes in.
Thank you, Karen. That just leaves the carpenter. Let's see if Bardolph's available.
And what can I do for you?
Is irrepressible the word? That girl doesn't let anything get her down, that's for certain.
Quite the opposite.
In fact, she's got a way of making every bugger else get up and dance to her
Like
tune.
father, like daughter.
Say it ran in the blood if I didn't know better. Can't wait to see what that queer contraption she comes up with next. So long as she doesn't try and rope me into building it for her.
Coin purse weighing you down? Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
Wait, where are we going?
Jill looked white as a sheet
You've known 5 Clives and they all suck?
With a good oiling is good. Should be enough to keep. How do, Master Sid?
Bardolph. Maid's looking to build a workshop in the storeroom, and she needs the aid of a skilled carpenter. So naturally I thought of you.
Well, I'd love to help the young miss however I can. But I'm afraid I got my hands full just keeping this place afloat. There's holes need patching, and if I don't patch them, we'll all of us sink into the mere. I'd gladly spare Mid all the time I have, but the sad truth is, I ain't got none.
I see.
It don't have to be me, though, does it? What about that other fella? You know, the one over at Martha's Rest. Bernard, was it?
Bernard.
That's right. And he is a friend of the cause. I'll ask Martha if she can spare him. Thank you, Bardolph.
Least I could do.
Bardolph, also a ridiculous name. Okay. Martha's Rest. Discount Henry Cavill Witcher voice.
Ah, Clive, what brings you to the Rest?
Our home finds itself in need of an extra carpenter. I wondered if I might be able to borrow Bernard for a short while.
I don't mind if he don't. We're all friends here, aren't we?
Thank you, Martha. Do you know where I might find him?
He went up to Cressida on business. No idea what, mind. Place is a ruin. Far as I know, he's still there.
I'll look for him there then.
Go from East Pool, actually. Let's go up here. It might be essentially the same distance, but I just feel like it's going to be a little more direct this way. Is this the most recent Final Fantasy game? Yeah, this is the one that came out a couple weeks ago. finalist fantasy. Certainly the recentest fantasy.
Hi. If it ain't the lad who saved my life.
Ent.
What brings you to a place like this?
You do, Bernard. Martha said I might find you here. I have a proposition for you.
Oh, do you now? Building a workshop, you say? Well, that beats tacking boards to bridges, sure enough. And if Martha didn't mind me being gone a while, then neither do I. You just tell me where you want me.
That's the spirit.
I couldn't ask a favor, though, could I? Before we go?
Of course.
Well, that there is Cressida, where I grew up. Ain't much left of it now, though. Except my parents' graves. But I came up here hoping to visit. I even patched up the bridge to get across. Only to find the place crawling with fiends. But you're a dab hand when it
Shockingly,
comes to
we've been
dealing
summoned
with
here to
beasts
kill
and
some
bogles, ain't
stuff.
you? Any chance you could,
It's the least I can do.
Well, thank you kindly. And take care.
This shouldn't take long.
Where are my Titan powers? Oh, where the fuck did that come from? Also, why do I have no potions? I have no anything.
It's over.
This one.
Help me, boy. Over here.
Oh, that was a lag. That wasn't fair.
Too slow.
That time I got backed into a scarecrow. This sucks.
All right.
Why? Why are we like this? I'm usually much better about not leaving myself completely unstocked. So you can only have 3 icons, and you must choose which icons to use. This is why mastering his ability is important. Now it's important. It was not important up to this moment in time. Oh, but the annoying thing is, well, no, this isn't that hard to get to. Let's go back. We're gonna go. Oh, but did they give us stuff? No, because they just loaded the autosave. Yeah, so, whoops. I'm gonna go buy some stuff.
What are you after? Much obliged. There you go.
I go to the dim for the free potions and high potions on the road. Where's that?
Thanks very much.
I guess I can go
Thank
this
you
way.
for
It doesn't
sticking
really
with us.
matter.
Those of us who are still here have to look after each other.
It's certainly not in the light. Thanks, Earl.
All right, Sid.
Torgo. Absolute best feature of this game. Pet your dog.
Ready, go?
Oh, this is not where I want to be. Ugh. Okay, then we are gonna go to East Pool. Imagine not doing the side quest that gets you... Oops, wrong button. That gets you
Let's go.
Ambrosia.
Yeah!
to the stables, girl.
Raging Fists. Upheaval. I mean, I like the abilities I have, to be honest. Josh was saying to me that, Titan is very much his fighting style.
This shouldn't take long.
Help me, boy.
Aerial burning strike. There we go.
Over here. Give me thunder! This one.
Oof.
Nice try.
Oh, hello. Yes. My icon loadout is Phoenix, and then the last 2 icons you obtain. However, I do have Ramu's Lightning Rod on one of the other icons.
That should do it.
I really like Blind Justice, though, too.
You made short work of that lot. Thank you, son. Now my folks can rest in peace once more.
I could do without Garuda, but Deadly Leap or
is it
Deadly
since the
Takedown
village
is
was
so good
abandoned?
for getting in the air to avoid stuff.
Oh, people started packing their things after the Duchy fell. Between the Blight and the Imperials, you just couldn't make ends meet. Must be nigh on a decade since the last wagon left. Though it may as well have been a century, looking at the place. This isn't the Cressida I remember.
I'm sorry.
Ah, don't be. Can't live in the past, no matter how nice it might have been. Soon as I'm done saying a prayer for those that raised me, it's onto your hideaway. I'll meet you there.
That should take care of Mid's little list. Better head back before she thinks of anything else.
The little uns have been up to their old tricks again.
Blackthorn may be the manliest
Still
of
a
men,
Goots girl
but he
right
does
now.
lack a certain tenderness. Goots, meanwhile, is as burly as a behemoth, but as innocent as a babe in arms.
Shouldn't you be getting some rest soon?
All right, Clive? You've all done then?
I am. I've placed your various orders, and a carpenter by the name of Bernard is on his way from Arthur's Rest.
That's brilliant. Thanks, Clive.
Is there anything else you need?
Nope. Blackthorn and Lady Karen have already sent over everything I asked for, and I've got all my plans drawn up. So as soon as Bernard gets here, we can get to work. I can't wait.
Wind up. Oh, for Titan.
That's my good deed for the day done. Let's see how Jill's faring.
More side quests.
Ah, Clive.
Talia, how's Jill?
Recovering, but she still needs her rest.
Of course. Take good care of her, won't you?
I'll do my best. Oh, Gav was looking for you. He said he had something to show you in the shelves.
The shelves. Oh, that's right. He went to ask Harpocrates about Torgor. He must have found something. You have the look of a man with the twins upon his shoulders, Rodrigue.
Talia has tasked me with removing a Cursebreaker's brand. But it's my first time, and I don't think I can do it. I'm afraid of what happens if I fail. You survived, I know, but there as many die as recover. Is it really worth the risk?
You don't need me to answer that. You know full well what we're fighting for. I hope as much as you that one day bearers can walk among others as equals. But until that day, a brand is a burden. And we must lift that burden in order to go undetected. The operation may be dangerous, but it's also essential. And we undergo it willingly.
I know. I still wish there was some other way. But griping about my lot helps no one, I suppose. Don't worry. I'll do what must be done.
I know you will.
Unfortunately, the first thing that needs doing is the preparation of a draft to dull the pain. Something I can't do with the infirmary's ammonia supply so low. What few leaves we have would barely be enough for removing a splinter, let alone a brand.
Just tell me what you need.
You'll go? Oh, thank you. No one knows herb lore like Taya, and she swears by ammonia for easing pain. It's simple enough to find, if you know where to look. And fortunately for you, I do. Along the river near the village of Amber over in Rosaria. Just search for the bright blue blossoms.
A hopeless romantic does not change love interests until a main quest change. Gotcha. Let's go pick up our other side quest.
Yeah. What's everyone whispering about?
From Doris with a
Do you
Y.
have a moment, Sid? A team of curse breakers has gone missing near Northreach.
Which team?
Coles. They were sent to liberate a carriage of bearers before they could be smuggled to market. They were moving in for their assault when the carriage was attacked by goblins. A curse breaker managed to release a Stolas amid the confusion, but... this was days ago. They should be back by now, but I've heard nothing from any of them. I can't help but worry that...
They know the work is dangerous. But I'm sure they're fine.
But what if I've got them all killed? Before they go out, I always remind them why we're doing this, what they escaped, and what we're freeing people from. But I never really thought how my words might affect them. What risks they might take because of the things I've said.
I'll go and find them. We'll both rest easier knowing they're safe.
Thank you, Sid. And I'm sorry to trouble you with this. The plan was to intercept the slaver somewhere in the Dragon's Eyrie. I can't tell you much more than that, I'm afraid.
That should be enough to go on. If they were there, Torgal will track them down.
Okay, one is here. And one is there. Wait, but I saw... There's more new stuff. Okay, hang on.
Jill looked white as a sheet when they brought her back.
What do you need? What do you want?
What'd you want?
Should last you a good while.
Can't have it yet.
That it? Fine.
Fine.
It's all
Oh, there. I have a missive. That's from last time, I think. Because I didn't go up here to read it. I apologize for what happened at Rosalith. I fear what might have been had had you, Gav, and Torgal had not you, Gav, and Torgal fought so fiercely. Once again, you were there when I needed you most, and for that I shall be forever grateful. Seeing the city I had once come to know as my home reduced to flame and rubble has left me with much sadness in my heart. But the time for looking back is beyond us. We must focus on the here and now. Our memories will be waiting for us when this is all through. Okay. The main quest is in there, so we are gonna go side quest.
The river was easy enough to find. Now for those herbs.
Herbs. Agitated hornet. Okay, alright.
This is the only plant around here with blue flowers. I hope it's the right one. Should be enough to keep the infirmary stocked for a while.
Ba 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 ba.
Slavers don't even...
Birds. What gillbug?
Get me back on my feet. I'll tear those bastards' heads
Oh,
off.
bless. How did I get experience? It's gotta be. I got experience from something Torgal did, clearly. I didn't attack anybody.
I'm glad you're in one piece.
Just about. Sid, if you don't mind me asking, what are you doing here?
Doris sent me to find you. She hasn't heard anything since the attack. She's been worried about you.
I sent a runner to the Dame in Northreach. The hideaway should have learned of our survival yesterday.
Well, I'm here now. And it looks like you freed the bearers.
Only some. The rest locked themselves in the slaver's carriage rather than fleeing when they had the chance. I want to help them, Sid. But we're barely in any state to protect those few we did save.
You made the right decision. Now where's the carriage?
The goblins may still be out there.
You have duties to attend to here. See to the injured. I'll handle the rest.
All right. Just follow the path to the south. You'll come across the carriage soon enough. And please, hurry. If the beastmen get to those bearers, the poor souls will be eaten alive.
I won't let that happen.
Thank you. And Sid, it's good to see you.
Don't thank me just yet.
Let's see about them goblins.
They're trying to get into the carriage.
Rabu! Stabbed in the butt. Oh. Bone necklace.
Who are you?
A friend. Are there any more survivors? Why didn't you flee with the others? If the goblins had made it through that door, you wouldn't have stood a chance.
Why should we run? One miserable death's no worse than another.
Perhaps. But we're here to give you another choice. Freedom, safety. The life you've been denied. Come with us. Let us protect you.
Sid, I couldn't just let you... You weren't too late then. Thank the gods.
This man risked his life to save yours. To give you a second chance.
Fine. Do with us what you will.
What we'll do with you is take you to safety. After that, it's up to you. Your lives are your own now.
You can leave the rest to us, Sid. We'll get everyone back to the hideaway.
Thank you. I'll let Doris know we're expecting new arrivals.
Okay. Go back home.
The little uns have been up to their old tricks again.
Sid, welcome back. A Stolas from the Dame arrived not long after you left. If I'd just waited a little longer, I might have been able to deal with things myself. Or maybe I wouldn't. I keep making the wrong decisions.
Cole and the others got home safely. You made exactly the right decision.
No, I was lucky. I've been tracking that slaver for months, and then I sent Cole and you after them woefully unprepared. What kind of leader sends people into danger without considering all the risks? I should have urged greater caution, told Cole to be wary, to pull back at the first sign of trouble.
We swore the same oath as you, Doris.
It's good to see you safe and well, Cole. I'm sorry.
With all due respect, we Cursebreakers don't risk our lives because you commanded of us. We risk them because we believe in our cause.
Oh.
No one with doubts ever joins our ranks. The agony of removing the brand more than sees to that.
We all know how much bravery that takes.
Cole, I never doubted your courage. Only my ability to see it put to good use. Thank you for your faith in me. I'm not sure I deserve it. I sometimes wonder if I might prefer to risk death alongside the others than ask it of them. But I'm a Cursebreaker. I swore an oath too. I have a role to play, and I must trust that I'm the right one to play it.
You will. In time.
Time. My question is, where is everyone sleeping in the hideaway? I know Clive's room has a bed and Taria's clinic has beds. Other than that, we just see people standing around. That's a very good point. There's no clear, like, housing. Well, not housing, but, like, well, yeah, lodging areas. Here, I got your plants. Or more specifically, I believe your herbs.
I hope you didn't have too much trouble finding the ammonia.
Only the usual.
Oh, yes. This is it. And more than I was expecting. I dare say the patient won't feel a thing. That is, unless I...
You'll do fine. Tyre trusts you, which means I trust you. The hideaway would be lost without skilled physicers like yourself.
Thank you for the kind words. Truly. But... I'm sorry. I'm still terrified. The brand is more than just ink on flesh. It's a death sentence. Milk of the wyvern tail lurking just below the surface of the skin. One ill-conceived incision, a single slip, and the poison fouls the patient's blood. Failure means death, and even success means tremendous pain. Days of agony as the wound heals. I became a physiker to help people, not to kill them. I don't want to kill anyone.
Cursebreakers lead hard lives. And the operation is only the beginning. They toil in the shadows, risking life and limb, knowing their efforts will win them neither glory nor acclaim. And yet we never won for volunteers. Why do you think that is?
Conviction? They're willing to die?
They're willing to fight. To give their lives to create a world where people like us can be more than mere possessions. I know your work isn't easy, but neither is going under the knife. Be a shoulder for your patients to lean on. Stay strong for them.
Good job, Clive.
You sound like Tyre. Do you know what she once told me? It's natural for a patient to feel like they're suffering in solitude. And it's a physiker's duty to see that they don't. Thank you for helping me remember that. I won't falter. Not again.
Nope, that's not where I want to be.
The little ones have been up to their old tricks again. Jill looked white as a sheet when it
Back, are ya? What's that for you, dear?
Just checking.
And?
Every time I find more stuff after I've defeated, like, a mini-boss, I always check to see if I can make anything.
Is it business or pleasure?
Just
Go
here
on,
to
then.
here to sell some stuff.
You got out else?
Probably.
I reckon I can find a buyer. You got out else?
Don't think so. I think that's it.
Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
Okay, actually, I'm going to take a quick break right here, and then we will continue with the main story. right, on we go.
Clive, where have you been? I've been wanting to ask you something about Torgal. Where did you get him, like, in the first place?
Listen, he's just a magic good boy who showed up, okay?
My father brought him back from one of his expeditions into the Northern Territories. They were crossing a snowfield when they heard his cries, and seeing no sign of his pack, they took him in.
What do you reckon, Torms?
It certainly adds weight to the theory. Clive, I believe that Torgal may be no mere hound, but a rare frostwolf, an animal native to the far northern reaches of Valisthea. In one of our oldest bestiaries, I found reference to a frostwolf who served as guardian to an ancient queen of the north. Such was his mastery over ether, he could cast magics on command. His name was Fenrir.
Fenrir the Frostwolf.
Now,
Muse!
The annals do not state it explicitly, but I have reason to believe this queen was a dominant of Shiva, a girl from the Northern Territories and her faithful hound. One awakens as the dominant of Shiva, and the other...
You're saying that Jill granted Torgal his powers?
What?
Just like Fenrir. People called him my hound, but Torgal and Jill were inseparable. He grew up as a faithful companion to the dominant of Shiva, and years later, his powers awakened, just when his master needed him the most.
You're right. If it weren't for Torgal blasting those bastards to Kingdom Come, Jill would have been for it.
Quite. Though Torgal's power is his own, his latent birthright as a Frostwolf. It had only to be unlocked.
Oh, get you, Torgal!
You're an even finer hound than we thought.
And regarding your original concern, you need not fear for Torgal's health. Why, the beast has the appetite of a behemoth. Just this very morn, I found him with his nose buried in my nuts.
There you are! I've been looking everywhere for you. Bernard's here. I need you to introduce us so we can get to work.
I shall be a moment.
Isn't it brilliant?
It is.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you. You and everyone else. But I promise I'll pay you back. I'm gonna work my fingers to the bone for you lot, starting right now. Just you wait. I'll make wonders like this world's never seen.
Then I look forward to seeing them. Now that that's settled, I wonder if Vivian's made any progress tracking down Kupka.
Where is she? How do I get to where she is? Over there, okay. Do I need to go up? Am I down? I guess I'm down. Okay.
I think I'll wait till Midsummer Way to take a tour of it.
Your hopeless romantic is currently on the Goots part of her tour, by the way.
How goes the hunt for Kupka?
Largely in circles. We have myriad sightings of strange soldiers in unexpected places. but nothing definitive as yet. If only we knew for certain by what route he left Rosalith.
Well, keep at it. If anyone can piece this puzzle together, it's you. And I'm willing to wait as long as it takes.
What? Here?
Would that be a problem?
Do you know, Clive? I believe it a mercy that you didn't inherit your father's throne. Your poor people would surely live in fear of you.
You have nothing to worry about on that front. I won't be claiming his crown.
That is a relief.
Clive, have you got a minute?
Clive.
We, have a guest.
A guest?
For your trouble. It was a pleasure, in hindsight. Uncle Byron? Clive, my boy! Tap a cask and stoke the ovens, for your favorite uncle is here!
Seat of the Imperial Court.
The Dalmekian government sues for peace. How shall we respond?
If they're willing to accept their fault in the matter, I see no reason to refuse them.
Still, we must insist on substantial reparations. Twinside stores are not as bottomless as reported.
Aye, and we have many more mouths to feed. We shall just have to have the Dalmecs empty their treasuries for us.
Of course, none of this would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier.
Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to trade words with the mighty Titan, nor less the wit to win him over.
The Empire owes you a great debt.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you, Your Highness.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Very good.
Now, let us come to the question of precisely when the Dalmecs will withdraw their troops.
Dion's fire could rid us of them in mere moments. The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty is concluded. So let us keep the negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they can, and once they deliver that which we demand, what worth is a piece of parchment?
Your Radiance, were Prince Dion to take the field, the enemy would surely send their own dominant to meet him. And while His Highness would of course prevail, there would be heavy losses on both.
You need not fear Hugo Kupka. He is engaged on the Western Front. Even were the Dalmecs to send for him, he would not arrive in time. As much as I would enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and Titan, it is
As
not
fun as
to
it would be for me to just, like, send my son out to fight.
And what of your subjects, Your Radiance?
Well, he's
if the
standing
fighting
right
spread
there.
to the city proper, the people would bear the brunt of it.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns,
another can be built. The Empire will live on. Dion?
Yes, sire.
Prepare for battle.
But sire...
Do not make me repeat myself. Return to your camp and await my orders.
If that is your wish, Your Radiance, I shall depart at once.
Titan is currently unable to lend a hand to defend Dhalmekia right now. Oh, God. No hands to lend.
What do the astrologers augur?
The stars are in agreement, Your Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
So Annabella's tales were true. You disappoint me, Dion.
Am I not a pun fan? It's not, I mean, I enjoy being outraged about them, but it is certainly not the kind of humor that I particularly enjoy.
What on earth is Uncle Byron doing here? Only one way to find out.
We'll have to talk to Byron. He's standing right behind us. No, not literally. But where is he? Below us. Oh, he's down there. Okay. I'm annoyed anytime I have to get in the lift.
One thing after another around here.
Byron!
Ah, my dear nephew. How I've missed you.
How did you find this place, Uncle?
Through the good offices of young Sir Wade. He really is the most helpful fellow. As are you, I hear. The Guardians and those they freed tell the most outlandish tales of your heroics in Rosalith. Which is why I came, to learn the full truth of the matter. Sort the fact from the fiction, so to speak.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of Rosalith to Port Isolde.
I was, aye.
Then I have questions for you. Please, come inside, Uncle.
Gladly. You there? There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers, would you?
2,000? What's a talent?
And I'm afraid
We trade in
that is
Gil
all
here.
I know.
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde. Most intriguing.
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea Kupka withdrew wounded from Rosalith. Still less that my own nephew dealt the decisive blow.
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dalmekian fleet and recent reports of the Royalists' movements, that the final piece of the puzzle has fallen into place. Come here and I'll show you. It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly her royal navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next.
Gav's reaction
And in the
to the
Iron
2,000
Hair,
talents.
or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why, home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts. But would that not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde. To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance. No.
No.
The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then was the plan of our Waluda friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port.
Gav is about to give himself a
It was the
sugar
Royalists,
daddy.
not the Republicans,
Oh,
who
goodness.
effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
Oh, you would you?
So it was the Waludas who spirited the wretch away. Now I think about it, there was something a little strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning, as if they believed, or were made to believe, that their master was dead.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield. And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the Royalist trail across the Velcroy. It may well have gone cold by now, but as they say in the Republic, all roads lead to Drake's Fang.
Allow me to accompany you part of the way. As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canberward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a short detour.
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friends what we've learned, and where we're going.
Very well, but be quick about it, my boy. Time waits for no man.
And how may I assist you today? We met under curious circumstances.
I think it is fair to say it was during my time at the university. I had returned to my lecture hall to collect some notes and discovered Mid crouched under the lectern, sketching some design or other by candlelight. It transpired that she had fashioned a key and had been using my classroom as her own secret study, a place of quiet refuge from overzealous tutors and the like.
Naturally.
I insisted she leave, But mid being mid, she refused to take no for an answer, and before I knew it, I had not only allowed her to continue her late-night studies, but had agreed to take her on as a pupil into the bargain. Though I soon wished I hadn't, her refusal to defer to authority was no less evident in my lectures. Was this my reward for years of painstaking study, I wondered? To be teased and tormented by some oil-stained stripling who seemed to delight in my discomfort?
Still.
Our time together was not entirely disagreeable, not least because it was she who unearthed the plot against my life, and encouraged you to come back and whisk me to safety. And so I came to take refuge in your base of operations just as she once did in mine.
Lord Byron Rothfield.
Of the 7 high houses, protector of Port Isolde, and your uncle, no
I
less.
heard tell.
He was an adventurous soul, and journeying alone to the secret lair of the villainous Sid the Outlaw would certainly seem to give truth to such rumors. He will make a valuable ally, and a generous one, I hope, and his connections among the nobility will surely prove useful. Perhaps we shall soon be inviting the heads of the remaining high houses to a grand soiree here in the hideaway. I must practice my steps.
What is it that you wish to learn?
Everything. Who's this guy? Oh, the High Cardinal, right. Okay. So we have... he's the Emperor. He mistrusts his son? Isn't this his son? Yeah. Who also mistrusts him? But he applauds the achievements of the Holy Prince, Olivier, who is his second son, and the son of Annabella. Frickin' Annabella. Secretly backs. And the cardinal flatters him, it says. Mysterious being. Ultima. Okay. And she manipulates Titan. Well, Kupka. Wait. Before Clive can deal the finishing blow, the helpless Hugo is spirited away by a mysterious man from Waloed. Okay. Byron supports everybody at the hideaway. You love to see it. Visits Clive. Just visits. Frostwolf. I think it already said Frostwolf before we had this conversation with Harpocrates, though, for what it's worth.
One must understand one's place in the world.
Okay, so now we're going to Drake's Fang. Well, everybody else, it would seem, is over here in the Crystalline Dominion? Twinside. The Northern Territories. Although unrealistic, we love a benevolent rich man supporting the rebels. I mean, better supporting them than not, I guess. Where are the free cities? Down here? Yes. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so this is Sanbreque, this is Rosaria, the province of Sanbreque, which is why they're also green. The Iron Kingdom over here, Dalmekian Republic down here, Crystalline Dominion is the purple. The Free Cities of Canver is the little bit of blue down at the bottom. Drake's Spine. Drake's tail. Drake's fang. Okay. Are those the 3 that we have left? I think so. How many have we've destroyed 3? Or 2? I can't remember. A mining settlement in the southern part of Ash. Known for the adamantite it produces, a resource highly prized for its unrivaled durability. But this is both a blessing and a curse, leading, as it has, to repeated attacks by marauding orcs over the years. Common problem. Though previously well protected, the encroachment of the Blight has seen citizens deserting in droves, leaving the town ever more vulnerable to attack. Belinus Tor. The bread basket. I've destroyed 2. Okay,
Thus ends today's
that's
lesson.
What I thought. 2 of 5?
Mid's finished outfitting her little workshop, I hear. With a little help from Sid, of course.
Otto, Kupka's at Drake's Fang. I'll be leaving before sunset.
You're not going in there alone, are you?
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy the Mother Crystal. All I'm after is Kupka's head. I won't risk any more than I have to. I promise.
The Lancer and the Fang are all Kupka's personal fiefdom. You have any trouble on the way, you ask for Rosina Dalamil, Suncaller.
Rosina Dalamil.
Who is she?
An old associate of Sid's, and only Sid's. All I know is the name, and that they used to meet at the Dalamil Inn. We've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe the new Sid might be able to bring her back into the fold.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
So, what about your uncle? I mean, he's welcome to stay, but...
Don't look so worried. He'll be coming with me.
Thank fuck for that.
Gav, Otto, I'm leaving you 2 in charge.
You can count on us.
All right, Uncle. I'm ready to depart. Shall we?
We shall.
We
Come,
shall.
let us away to adventure.
I always address them by nation. You destroyed the one in Sandbreck and the one in the former Rosaria, which was taken over by the Ironblood. I thought Oh, I guess we didn't destroy one in, We didn't destroy one in the Iron Kingdom? We destroyed one over here. And one over here, is that right? And that's one, and that's one. And this is where we're going? Used to belong to Rosaria until the Iron Kingdom took it over. Okay.
I was a young man when last I walked this path. There's an old trading post not far from here. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
The trading post it is.
Riddle of the Sands.
Our destination lies over that dune, beyond the ruins. Mark 'em well, Clive. It's all too easy to lose one's bearings in the sands.
A little chocobo's running around back there.
Many years ago, when you were just a boy, you and I...
Wow. Okay, but I kind of want to go to the left first and open up some of this.
Rode this way together.
I think I'm gonna do that.
Accompanying your father on a scouting expedition to Drake's Fang.
He let me come with you.
I'm not surprised you don't remember. It was just before
hello.
Joshua was born. You were so eager to be there when your brother arrived that you whipped your chocobo too hard on the journey home and fell from the saddle. I shall never forget how Elwyn fussed over you as you sat in the sand, bawling
It's the one where Jill got her revenge on the island. Yeah, well, that's in the Iron Kingdom, so that's why I consider it the Iron Kingdom one. Even if it used to be part of Rosaria. I was just trying to pick up the item. I wasn't even trying to do all this. Seratina. I thought for a second it was called Sertania.
Quietly now.
It does feel like eventually there will be a side quest over here. Ah, see, so it filled that in. So many places to go.
Come on.
straight home now.
Who do you think those soldiers were?
So, Lord Cook has finally made his move.
I thought this is where we were going. Clearly not.
Ah, there she is. The good old Dalamil Inn. Do you know, this heat has given me quite
Sounded
a
like he said
thirst.
the dollar bill
Quick
in.
drink before we press on?
Let's go to the dollar bill inn.
Look, there. Those are Ashen steeds. No doubt about it.
And such a long ride from Stonehere. Our Waluda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them? Run along and play now, Torgal. Dogs aren't allowed inside.
Here at the dollar bill inn, we provide only the most comfortable floor sleeping arrangements, pillows, and blankets cost extra. Yeah, like the barest bones hotel.
Good day to you. Eating?
Eating?
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
2 bowls of that, then. An ale.
Right you are.
Hey, girl!
Coming!
Your pal?
Would you rather be my squire?
Your Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel. If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No, we must press on. Prince Dion has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front. I must speak with him at all costs. Miss this chance and I may never get another. You do understand that?
Yes, Your Grace. You must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
Are they in the same place? At least they have a restaurant at this inn. They are in the same place!
keep watch, they tell us. But all I see is sand.
I hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any trouble. We'll be leaving soon enough.
Why the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that blockhead skin, we'll never know. Dominant or not, he's a bloody idiot.
That'll be Cooker, then.
Well, let's get this down us. We've a long way to go.
Hey, you.
I just want to drink my beer.
Sorry.
Oh no. Hey, your uncle's downstairs.
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
You two are travelers, are you not? Me and my companions are strangers here. Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
Sorry, lads, but we've got business in Canberra that can't wait.
Ah.
Why couldn't you get us? Oh, why don't you get a local to help you?
Friend.
I'm afraid we don't have a moment to lose. Stay back,
Sick
Uncle.
move.
Gladly.
No, why? Modern Final Fantasy game still pulling the bullshit of there's no time, you go hide, I'll take them all on myself for no fucking reason.
Try it.
Slam some assholes into the wall. I think I just hit a lamp. I think part of my problem when I get into the boss fights is that, like, the non-boss fights have consistently been so nothing. Like, they're so easy that the boss fights feel unreasonably difficult. Like, I basically take no damage fighting a dozen dudes.
For your trouble.
This fucking guy.
Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
Okay, she's not the cook. She's like, whatever, dude. Thanks for the money. See ya. Please leave. Hey, Joshua, your brother and your uncle are downstairs.
Now's our chance. Your Grace?
At least he paid for damages.
Yeah.
Yeah, I may have smashed up a few tables. Oops.
Clive?
Oh, excuse me.
What is it now?
Someone ate all their stew but left the carrots. My brother hates carrots.
It's nothing. Let's go.
I do think the non-boss fights scale up in difficulty later in the game, but it seems they really saved most all of the real difficulty for New Game Plus. I mean, I don't mind that the non-boss fights are not difficult. I just feel like there's a disconnect in skill level required between random encounters and non-boss fights and boss fights.
Where are you?
Well, we didn't know where to find Kupka before. We do now.
The Rawlers said it themselves. Their guest is in the Fang. We should press on before any more of their friends turn up.
Good boy. There's no store in this fucking place. Where are we going? Over there. Okay, before we do that, how do you feel about the disconnect between boss fights and icon fights? I don't find...
Another fight, is it?
I don't think I find the icon fights more difficult than a regular boss fight. Maybe that's weird, but that's my experience. For the best drop in Dalamil, visit the final sting. Okay, is this where I'm trying to go? Yes. I know it's not where the MSQ is trying to go, but I'm just trying to build out my map first. I know Clive's progression is...
But is this not the way we came? Drake's
No.
Fang is...
Oh, well that did it. That filled in what I wanted it to fill in. And it's not the way we came. We came from up here.
For the south. 'Tis meet that you should wish to explore the world a little, but pray take pity on my poor feet.
I wish the acquiring of dominant abilities happened slightly sooner in the game than they do. Ah, gotcha.
It would make a fine. The
juiciest meat warm from the oven.
I wish gaining a limit break happened sooner than you get it. Because while I have struggled with fights since then, things become astronomically easier once you have a limit break as a means of additional,
They've closed
like,
the
upping your
road.
damage
And it's
and
the
being
only
able
way
to
from
heal.
here to the Fang.
It's really what's
It
critical.
would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors at present.
We have to get through that gate.
Not by force, I trust. We've attracted quite enough unwanted attention already.
By guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Rosina Dalamil, woman of mystery. But how will we find her? We know naught of her but her name.
And that she was working with Sid. Sid's other collaborators have all been people of means. The wealthiest and most successful members of their communities.
Unusual.
I'll wager this Rosina Dalamil is the same.
That would certainly help to narrow the search. We need only inquire as to who is in charge of the town.
And that's exactly what I mean to do.
Looks like we won't be getting back to Drake's Fang anytime soon.
Well, it's
Oh,
not
now
like
there's
we've
a
got
shop.
reason to. Whatever this emergency is, they've shut down.
Anything I can interest you in?
Reduces lightning rod cooldown. I cannot make all my accessories things that cool down, that reduce cooldown times.
Go with Gilbert.
Did she say go with Gilbert?
Light it for Gilbert's sake. You're a bearer, aren't you?
Anything I can help you with, travelers? Allow me. My good man, we represent one of the oldest and greatest trading houses of Port Isolde. We're seeking to expand our business in the region and would very much like to make the acquaintance of Dalamil's leading entrepreneurs. If only we knew where to find them.
Well, we're best known for our baths, our markets, and our smithies. I suppose you could do worse than start your search at one of those.
Thank you. You've been most helpful. Oh, you wouldn't happen to know a lady by the name of Rosina Dalamil, would you?
No, I can't say I do.
Well, thank you all the same.
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
I won't keep you long. I'm looking for someone. A woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. Do you know her?
Never heard of her. Is that all?
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town, where would you recommend that I look?
Well, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Won't find a finer smithy this side of the strait. The owner's only a young sprig, but he's got all the right ideas.
The Briar's Kiss, you say? Thank you.
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience, believe you me.
Light it for Gilbert's sake.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for a woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. A long-standing pillar of your community, I believe, from old trading stock.
Then you should ask further. He's been here for years. Knows the place and its people like the back of his hand. And he's in with all the old merchant families. Try the baths. That's where you'll usually find him.
Thank you kindly. Well, it sounds like we have our man.
Perhaps. Let's go and find out exactly what this Furter knows.
Sweet incense. What camels?
Excuse me. Are you Ferda?
I am. Can I help you, travelers?
I hope so. You've lived here for some time, is that correct? Do you know Rosina Dalamil? We believe she may be a trader of some renown.
And what business do you have with the Desert Hare?
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping she might be able to help me.
Very well. Go to the bordello. I'll arrange an introduction.
Silver! Do you think we can trust him?
Only as far as I think.
So you're the ones who've been sniffing around?
I beg your pardon?
Don't play the fool. Stick your nose in our business and you're likely to lose it.
Who are you working for? Him or her?
Him. The boss. He wanted us to test you.
Though one could hardly call that a test.
Lord Ferda?
Look what the cat dragged in.
Your skill with the blade is rare indeed, my lord. A fitting talent for an outlaw.
You know who I am. So what now? Call in the Men of the Rock and collect the bounty?
That isn't my decision to make. Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina. She will be interested to make his acquaintance.
Yes, my lord. To the Lock of Leisure, then.
To the Lock of Leisure.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Needed to
Lightly
a
and
silken
dark,
softness.
fresh from the grill.
Like a
It
cloud
was
with a
hot.
crust.
Yes, they're quite sought after. Lord Cooper has
have bride.
Is this the place?
Lubo's Forge. The Briar's Kiss.
Ah, so it was the young sprig after all. So much for Rosina Dalamil being a woman of experience. How wrong I was.
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, it must have been years since Sid last saw her. Sorry, him. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly a man of means. I'd say he deserves our respect.
See that he gets it.
Oh, I am muted. Thank you. I have no clue why or when that happened, but thanks.
Lubor, Lord Furder told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second?
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street.
Okay, but you know who I am, so you know I'm
man,
not
as you can
every
see.
lost puppy. I'm a busy
Let's
man,
leave
as you
this
can see, he
mama
said
thing's
while sitting there
farce.
doing
By all
nothing.
means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we? Why, you...
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants.
Why is this like a
Men
weirdly
like
bad
you have
start to a
special
porn?
place in my heart.
It's making me very uncomfortable.
Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine. So what do you want?
Don't tell me you're going to listen to this swaggering scruff.
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurances of strangers. Assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years ago, he would have still been a boy.
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man... Oh, 5 times
I
my
hate
age?
this guy.
But enough of the pleasantries.
Ugh.
We were speaking of what I want. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dalamil.
Oh, is that all?
Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid. Until then, I bid you good day.
What trouble?
I said
If you're
good
going
day,
to
sir.
Give us orders, be clear about them, damn you.
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies with honey than with vinegar.
What did you call me?
My apologies. A
Oh,
word
I
of
want to punch
advice
him in the
in
face so
recompense.
bad.
Follow the crystals. Oh, but that was 3. Oh, I'm making this too easy for you.
Ha! It will be easy. Solving his little riddle should be like dealing with him. Child's play. Let us divide our forces, Clive. I'd rather not drag this parlor game on any longer than we need to.
All right. Good luck, Uncle. I thought we were the only ones causing trouble in Dalamil.
Okay. One more quick break. Be right back. I'm back. I'm back and there's a corn dog. Hello, my friend. What am I looking for? Oh, the townspeople.
Excuse me. Is it true there's been trouble with crystals of late?
You've heard, then?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thieves. Pilfering the crystals that were meant to fill our cups and light our stoves. Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between us these last few moons. And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market.
I'm fairly
either.
close to where you are? Oh, okay.
Whoever's taking them, they aren't sharing.
I haven't clocked the scene that I dipped into briefly last night when I stopped by to say hi.
Do you have a moment?
But I could just tell by the environment that I was
What
not
for?
there yet.
Just a question. Dalamil seems to be thriving compared to the other villages I came through on the way. Is there
That
a
scene is
reason for
coming up
that?
shortly.
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's Fang, for one. The soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal and the shipments need a place to spend their hard-earned gil. The men on the rock throw their money about like there's no tomorrow.
Is that so? Well, thank you. Don't let me keep you from your work any longer.
I hate Luber, by the way. This little shit. I just want to punch him in the face.
A deposit.
The most fragrant herbs
The
and
juiciest
fresh
meat
bread, warm
from the oven. You wouldn't believe how much he gave me. What can I do for you, soldier? Need that sword polishing?
I'm not a
Nope.
soldier.
Ugh, then be off with you. I serve the men of the rock and the men of the rock only.
Damn.
You have an agreement with them?
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is buttered. Don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking. With pockets deeper than Zemeckis and an urge to empty them. No, just leave, will you? Before you scare them off.
He's slightly annoying. I find him significantly annoying. But
I wonder if Uncle Byron's
you know.
learned anything of use. He'll probably be back at the inn by now.
My carpets have pride of place in Castle Daz.
What was all that crashing and banging about before? Some out-of-towners picked it up.
she's like, you're not coming back in here.
Broke all our furniture. What do you want? Haven't you caused enough trouble already?
What do we think these
I'm
things
looking
on
for
her
my
arms
pal.
are for?
Have you seen him?
The gentleman who was with you? Yes, he's upstairs, but
What were my thoughts on the Titan
I'll go and
fight?
fetch him.
Not as hard as I expected, frankly. Other than one move I didn't quite know how to avoid until I literally looked it up. They kept killing me.
Why is the tavern shut?
The rest of the fight was fine, and then occasionally I just get hit by that move and it would fully wipe me out in a one-shot. Where am I going? Oh, she's letting me... No, she's not letting me go inside. Ostensibly, he's this way? Nope. He's in this courtyard, theoretically. Oh, wait, are these stairs? Can I go up here? What weird architecture. That they, like, they go down into a wall. This feels like a great place for a box. Is there a box here? No. Is that a real door? Can I go through this door? No. You find Quentin more annoying than Luber. Luber? Am I saying that right? Is it Lubor? I don't know. I don't care. I'm so young and so smart. You're so dumb.
Will this suffice as a deposit?
By the sands.
That's a black pearl.
The Black Pearl.
One of the many treasures in my collection that I would be only too happy to part with, should you give me reason to do so.
All right. I'm sure that we can come to an agreement, but not here.
What are you doing, Uncle? Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
Bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's prey without it. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I started by asking around the markets as to where I might purchase crystals. I had no luck, of course. It's forbidden to trade in such things. But my uncharacteristic indiscretion just happened to attract the attention of those uniformed ruffians. They took me aside and said they could procure the crystal I sought if I proved I could pay for it.
So the pearl was your proof?
I thought they'd ask for more. A second-rate specimen like that would only fetch 500,000 or so. A small price to pay for admittance to the underworld. But enough about my little act of subterfuge. What did you discover?
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. And some people seem to think they're being stolen. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spending money all over town. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant for elsewhere, and pocketing the profits.
I'll wager you're right.
Profits.
We'll meet with them then, just as you arranged, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke of.
Ha! That preening popinjay thought this would be difficult. It just goes to show, one should never underestimate a Rosfield. We'll soon wipe that smirk off his face. I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support, if things turn sour.
Of course.
Rendezvous with the soldiers in the desert. How do I get... Which way of the desert? That way. Can I get out from up here?
Let me treat you. I need to drink.
Fucking men of the wrong.
This is not right.
A 1,000 gil for a measly bunch of...
How do I get out? The city has so many walls.
Do you think they'll be back soon? I need a new dress.
Needed to a silken soft...
Take a sniff, good sir.
The finest fabrics, fresh from the capital.
I don't want anyone ever telling me to take a sniff. What is this over here, though? Is this anything? No? Okay. Okay, we are gonna have to go a bit to the left. Thing. Nope, can't go up there. Okay. It's not quite an open world game. I'm really glad finding all the chests in this game is not an achievement. Yeah, I feel like it'd be, you know, they're like so camouflaged to begin with, just like little boxes hiding in corners. And they're in the randomest places.
I'll take it from here.
Oh, you will you?
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord. You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objections, I'd like to see the crystal.
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Why, to collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the Mother Crystal's bounty. And being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion and share the benefits. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound not to interfere, no matter where they might happen to end up next.
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
In cahoots?
So it would seem.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do business. Kill them. Kill them both!
Stay down! It's over. It's not over yet, Uncle. Good. I'm just getting warmed up.
Who's doing the curing? Where is it coming from? Chaplain. Good. More? Oh, hello. We got Chocobo Cavalry now? It's just kind of good to have a lightning rod in the way.
Well, that wasn't too bad. How'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage. I think I did the role justice. Don't you?
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene was particularly thrilling. Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience, but perhaps that's for the best.
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's sordid transaction. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly. Buying one's way into the confidence of degenerates. Ingenious.
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystals meant for the common folk and conspiring with the Royalists. Well, now it's over.
Indeed it is. The people of Dalamil had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men, let alone a foreign army.
So we did it.
Till you two came along, that is. Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wagon.
He should have just come with a wagon when he showed up in the first place. Although I suppose that's not very stealthy if you're spying.
It occurs to me that I still don't know your name.
Clive.
So, Sid the Second is a Clive. I suppose it could have been worse. Well, Clive, you held up your end of the bargain, so I must do the same. Passage through the South Gate, was it not? To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have already been redeployed to deal with the issue of their missing comrades. And those left behind have been encouraged to look the other way should you attempt to pass through.
Thank you. And please allow me to cover your costs. You still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust? I saw you pluck it from one of the bodies.
Oh, dear. Was I really so obvious?
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord Byron Rosfield, thank you very much.
Nope. Thank you very much. Greybeard.
Double the... Ugh!
Such a little shit.
Here, wear this.
We get another little badge. Yeah.
Any friend of mine who sees you with it shall be a friend of yours.
Thank you, Lubor.
And
Lubor.
please, feel free to send one of my Stoluses back to your people. Tell them that Rosina Dalamil is back in bed with Sid.
Goodness. Back in bed. Another one of Sid's friends.
Rostelan. Tuisak Elith.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive? So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold.
I just imagine
Well
Clive
then,
having a sash
I
with all
wish you a
these
safe
badges on
journey
them like a
south.
Boy Scout.
Thank you. Not at all. It was my pleasure.
Come on, Uncle. Let's go.
Side quest.
I've never even forged a butter knife. Perhaps Forge Master Luber's having fun at my expense.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Neither would I.
Strong trans-coded vibes. No, I don't want him.
Sorry, my mind was elsewhere. I'm Sava, Master Luber's least accomplished apprentice.
Oh, buddy.
Soon to be former apprentice if I don't pass this test. Maybe I'm just not the resourceful type. People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them, and here I am, unable to make a decent bit of kitchenware. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies the spirit of Dalamil. Whatever that's supposed to mean. I don't suppose you have any idea what he's on about, do you?
I'm afraid not.
Never mind. Thought I'd ask. It was that or pack my bags.
I could give you a hand if you like.
How am I gonna
know how
help?
busy the Briar's Kiss has been. And that Lubor
I don't know
needs
shit
all the
about how to do
capable hands
this.
he can find.
I'd be a fool to refuse.
So,
Or rather, Clive doesn't.
Good question. If I'm honest, I've never made any kind of knife before. And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind. The spirit of Dalamil. Nothing is ever simple with that man.
the way I see it, there's only one way we'll be solving Lubor's puzzle. We need information. The more the better.
You're right. There's no point fumbling in the dark, I suppose. Now, who to speak to first? Well, there's plenty of folk in Dalamil who use knives for a living. There's the butcher, of course, and any number of cooks.
Let me just make you a knife real quick. We totally know how to do that.
All right. I think we have a plan.
Oh, how are
Let's
you?
get to it, shall we?
Has he been apprentice for like a day? How has he never made a knife before?
And anyone else you can think of.
All right. Good luck.
Let's hope that someone says something useful.
Let's hope that someone says something useful.
Trust Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I better get to it.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
My carpets.
It would make a fine gift for your beloved.
Welcome, sir. What can I do you for?
A question, if you don't mind. I need to know what makes a good carving knife.
You a blacksmith or something?
Something.
Something. Definitely not a blacksmith.
Fair enough. Knives, is it? First and foremost, it's got to hold an edge. Most knives will make it through fat, no problem, but sinew dulls cheap steel in no time. Give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chopping block, and I'm a happy woman.
So a knife that stays sharp. Makes sense.
We know Blackthorn, so I guess we know how to make a knife. You have to fold the steel over a bunch of times to strengthen it. I know that. But I would guess I probably know a bit more about making a knife than the average person because I am interested in weaponry.
Everything I've worked for, all those years of toil, every coin I've ever earned is tied up in this place.
Are you all right?
The baths are closed. Leave me be. On second thought, perhaps you are just what I need.
Might your services be for hire?
That depends on the job.
I'd have you save my business, the baths. The water's turned scalding hot and all the crystals in Dalimil wouldn't be enough to cool it. I've no doubt that my woes stem from the water's source. But I can't go and investigate for fear of my customers thinking I've abandoned the place. I'm bound to these baths in more ways than one. I beg of you. Go to Dusnov Terraces. Tell me what you find there.
All right. I'll go and take a look.
Wonderful. It's not far. Leave the market by the south gate. The smell of sulfur will guide you the rest of the way. These baths are all that keep me from an ignoble end in a debtor's prison. My livelihood, my very life, is at stake.
Very life. Okay.
Ah! They've opened the gate!
Lubor was true to his word.
Wait, hang on.
Yeah, but what would be the point?
I have to speak with another townspeople.
Made from the stoutest stoneware. Won't chip, won't crack.
Needed to a silken
talked to
softness,
her.
like eating a cloud with a crust.
Yes, they're quite sought
The
after.
finest fabric,
Lord Cooper
fresh from
has
the
several
capital.
similar pieces in his...
Who's our other person?
Just look at the detail.
Hanging lanterns, keep the darkness from your door.
Oh, right there.
What is it? I'm in no mood for chatter.
Sorry.
Okay.
Do you mind if I ask your trade?
Hunter, why?
I have a question. Can you tell me what makes a good carving knife? I assume you use one out in the field.
Has to be able to put up with some punishment. Can't be dealing with a brittle blade, not while I'm on the hunt. If your knife snaps every time you use it, you'll be spending coin as fast as you make it. Times are hard enough as it is.
Thank you. I won't keep you any longer.
All business, eh? Man after my own heart.
So, a carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation. Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did.
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubor?
A question that I neglected to ask earlier. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang. To finish Hugo Kupka.
Just as I thought. Then allow me to share a secret. Drake's Fang is currently riddled with royalists. Dhalmekia and Waloed are allies, and as you have seen, their soldiers work hand in glove. But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a barracks of its holiest of holies.
Not by choice, at least.
And there's more. A man on the inside of the Fang has failed to report for several days. I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you on the road ahead.
Isn't there always?
If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will enter via the mines, where the guard is lightest. I've lost one Cid already. If I lose another, people will start to think me careless.
Clive's just collecting boyfriends everywhere he goes.
Not before Kupka does, anyway.
Well,
I mean,
so long as you have a plan.
He's carrying on the legacy of Cid. Okay, now back to my side quest.
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs. Shall we press on?
Ugh, but it's also so far.
Come on, girl, the gate's open now, we can press on. Don't tell me you put down roots.
Hello. You want to go stand right next to the other chocobo, huh? Over here in a corner. Okay.
What the hell are those things?
Is that still not right? Oh my god. I guess I could have gone down the ramp, but I didn't do that.
By the flames. That explains the heat.
Oh, hello. There's a lot of them. Collateral lightning. Lightning rod. Lightning rod. Okay, I would just like to not get exploded when they all get exploded, though. Collateral justice. Look out, look out, look out.
Fuck. Better already.
This one way the fuck over there. Oh look, Byron actually did something.
Out of the frying pan.
This guy, Old Faithful. Bath bomb. Ow. Okay, that one did not explode in a weird way. Oh, I don't like whatever that is. Okay, is it just you that we're dealing with? It has a little braid of lightning. Ugh. Oops, I accidentally hit 2 potion buttons at once. Oh well. I don't wanna be on fire. Semi-prime finish.
Let's cool things down a bit. Let's hope it's enough to keep the baths from boiling.
Ugh, all the way back. Oh, look what we're gonna do. Fast travel.
Well, this is no good. I was hoping to get out.
So, how'd it go? You learn anything useful, or should I be looking for a new trade?
Only that a blade should be durable and
In
stay
New Game
sharp.
Plus, a bomb explosion will kill you unless you put defense on all 3 accessory slots. Well, that happened to me with some of the bombs that I fought before.
I didn't have much luck either. All the cook said was that he needs his knives to be light. Too heavy, and they do his shoulder in.
So I don't know if these were a different kind or what.
Perhaps Lubor didn't mean anything with his Dalamil remark. But that can't be right. I've bandied enough words with the man to know that he chooses them carefully. No. We must be missing something.
Craft a rose into the handle.
Something right in front of our noses, most likely.
Like put a handle
doubt
on
you're
the
right,
on the
but
end.
I have to make a
On
start
the pommel.
soon. I can't put off making this knife forever.
Agreed. Lubor wouldn't like that much.
Right. I've been trained to work iron. The cheap stuff, mind. But it's hardy enough if you don't hammer it too thin, and it sharpens up nicely with a bit of effort. Trouble is, it's either durable or it's light. Meaning someone is going to be disappointed.
Yeah, iron is
Master
heavy.
Lubor, probably.
Is there no one else you can turn to? Someone who knows their metals, perhaps?
The other apprentices know better than to help me with my test. But maybe there is someone I could turn to. A merchant, a favorite of Forge Master Lubor's, who sells metals to tradesmen passing through the Valcroy. I bet she'd know a thing or two.
Absolutely no reason for us to be helping with this. And if he's going to the trader, why do we also have to go to the trader?
My carpets have
The most fragrant herbs and
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Plates and pots! There he is.
I helped you. You're welcome.
I was hoping we'd be seeing you again. The baths grow more bearable by the moment. It won't be long now before we are back to business as usual.
I'm glad to hear it.
Now, tell me this. What did you find at the terraces? What threatened to make me a pauper?
Not what I expected, that's for certain.
You tell a fine story. That's not to say I don't believe you, though. Creatures made of flame, eh? That's something new to worry about. But I burdened you with my worries enough already. Here, a small something by way of thanks. Right. It's high time I got back to work. With a little luck, the day might yet be salvaged.
Scarletite. That was something I was looking for. I still need the gelatinous mass. Oy, oy, oy. Which I'm gonna guess is gonna be from a hunt board, but
It would make a fine gift.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
Well, this is
Come on. Faster!
I hope Torgal's doing okay out here in the desert.
Thanks, Gal. Any luck? Or will you be needing help with your bags?
Well, I asked her, but... Oh, you tell him.
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, there are options. They're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing so much as a lick of the whetstone. But adamantite ore is unique to ash, so it doesn't come cheap.
And it's beyond my skill to handle.
Unique to ash? Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something which could be mixed with iron to refine it. Make it lighter.
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. Then that's what he'll expect you to use. But he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife. Perhaps his Dalamil remark wasn't a riddle, but a hint.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always limestone, I suppose. Folk first settled Dalamil to get at her mineral deposits. And, if you know the trick, it can be melted down in the furnace to drive out impurities from low-quality iron.
Bloody hell! That must be it! I don't suppose you know the trick, do you?
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around enough blacksmiths to know how it works.
Looks like I've got some learning to do. Clive, I hate to ask after all that you've done for me, but...
The limestone? Fine. I can hardly abandon you now. Besides, I want to know if this is the answer to Lubor's little riddle.
I can't thank you enough, Clive. You'll have no trouble finding limestone over in the terraces. The place is bloody made of it.
Then I suppose I'll meet you back at the forge.
Right you are. I'll see you shortly. So, do you crush it up, or just throw it in the furnace?
Oh, gather limestone. This is an elaborate side quest.
Well, this is no good. I was hoping to get out of the heat for a little while.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
My carpets.
The most fragrant herbs and
needed to a silken softness.
Didn't know this side quest was gonna have so many parts to it.
hanging lanterns.
In contrast with the bathhouse one that was literally go to this place, kill all the things, come back. Oops. We're just like chipping away. Just picking up rocks off the ground. Why can't I have it? Thank you.
One rock looks a lot like another. But hopefully this is what Seven needs.
Finally,
Some of the side quests get a little more involved as you go. That makes sense, but this one particularly just feels like a whole lot of extra for no reason.
Fresh bread.
Light meat and
warm
dark.
from the oven.
It would make a fine gift.
There you go.
I wasn't sure how much you'd need, but I hope this is enough.
You are one of the good ones, you know that? You and that merchant both, she's got quite a gift for teaching that one. Now, time to see if limestone is the secret weapon we were hoping for. That'll do, I reckon. A knife forged from the very rocks of Dalamil. Her spirit, if you will.
It's a fine-looking blade.
I only hope Master Lubor agrees.
That sounds like my cue. And just as well. I was getting tired of waiting.
I'm sorry, Forge Master Lubor.
Let's take a look then, shall we? First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving knife worthy of the fine people of Dalamil?
I'd like to think so. But what do you think?
What do I think indeed? It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long with hard use. And it's heavy, heavier than it should be. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear the end of it. It looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but one that still leaves you short of the mark.
And I was so certain I had it all worked out.
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick, but it certainly shows initiative. Next question. How much do you think I would charge if I'd made this?
Well, if it took you even a fraction of the time it took me, I would say you could demand a heavy purse.
And who would be able to pay that? The butcher? The hunter? The cooks over at the inn?
What is your
Dalamil is home
point?
to humble traders, not wealthy lords and ladies. Rule number one in any business, Sava, know your customers.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is just about passable, but only just. I'd say you're worth keeping around a little longer.
Well, teach him
Starting
better.
tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of your own.
I will. Thank you. I was wondering, what would you do if you were asked to forge a carving knife?
I'd do what I always do. Ask who it's for. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds an edge. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make it cost an absolute fortune.
There goes a master, all right.
It looks like congratulations are in order.
I couldn't have done it without you. So much for the Forge Master's riddle, though, eh? The spirit of Dalamil had nothing to do with limestone or anything much
Anything at all.
Meaning, I had you run around for no good reason.
You've passed your test.
Well, that would have been true
That's all that
regardless,
matters.
really.
You'll have a forge of your own in no time.
And when I do, I'll craft you the finest carving knife you have ever seen.
Okay, we got some renown for that, at least. And a goblin coin.
a sniff, good sir.
Kneaded to a silken softness.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Sweet incense. Wax candle.
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Good girl. Run like the wind.
Run like the wind. But certainly don't fly. Couldn't possibly fly. The jaw. Draconian progeny, hello. Catching me right at the end here. I'm just gonna finish up this quest that we're doing right now.
There it is. Drake's Fang.
Kupka will be hiding inside.
Along with goodness knows how many guards, all on highest alert, you'll need to keep your wits about you.
Time zones for the lose, yeah.
So be careful.
That's what Earl was saying earlier, is that
Uncle.
Normally he's sleeping, because I'm streaming from 9 to noon his time.
Before you go, Clive, allow me to apologize. After what befell at Phoenix Gate and the crisis that followed in its wake, I fled. I retreated to my counting house and danced attendance upon the vicereine in the hope it would bring me favor. I betrayed my nation to save my skin, like the coward I am.
That's why he's always giving away his money, because he feels
And I'm
guilty.
sorry.
Uncle, please.
It's not too late, Clive. Rosaria is yours by right, and there are those that would help you to take it back. Had I the courage of my brother, I might already have done so. But that ship has sailed. You, however...
No. Forgive me, but I cannot. I fight to build a new world now. A better world. Where men can live and die on their own terms. I was raised in a nation that strove to improve the plight of bearers. Only later did I realize that spark of freedom did not arise by chance, but was kindled by my father.
Aw.
You would see me follow in his footsteps. And that is exactly what I mean to do. Not by ruling Rosaria, but by extending his ideals to the whole of the twins. Though every soul in the realm may judge my actions heresy, I am certain my cause is just.
You really are just like him, you know? Thank you, Clive, for coming back to me. I am proud to call you nephew. Well then, this is where we must part ways. Wish me luck in convincing my Canvarian friend to share his considerable talents. I mean to plunder his coffers and prove myself worthy of a place in your merry band. Till then, my boy,
Till then, go safely, Uncle.
And you, nephew. We have much to catch up on, you and I. I shall expect you to regale me with the tales of all your adventures when next we meet. You can regale me too, Torgal.
I'm coming for you, Kupka.
Coming for you, Kupka. Okay, that's where I'm going to call it for today. Thank you, as always, everybody, for hanging out. It's the weekend now, so that means I have to work. Potential for a stream Sunday. We'll see. Depends on if I end up having other things come up, as ever. But maybe a Sunday stream. If not, I'll catch you on Monday. Stay tuned for whenever the podcast continues. It will. The scheduling has just been a little bit of a challenge with Josh's schedule of late. So we will see you when we see you. Have a great weekend. Hopefully stay cool out there. It is very hot these days. That's nothing new. And I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.